Some suggestions of things to do next. First of all, read books. Okay? Read books. Read books. I belong to an online book club. We're currently reading Alexander Hamilton of Broadway fame. And some of the arguments that we're having as a society, we've been having since 1776. Talk with your neighbors. Talk with your neighbors, meet them. Remember that we can disagree on things and still be kind. We need to talk to each other, and more importantly, we need to listen to each other. We have to find some common ground so that we can move forward. Call your senators, and our representatives every day. Program their numbers into your cell phone. I did. Call to check in and see what they're doing that day. Call with a specific ask related to legislation. Just call them to let your views be known, but call them every day, Monday through Friday, and if you're like me, leave them little messages on Saturday and Sunday. Remember that they work for us. Become active in your party. So if you think you're a Democrat and you're tired of the status quo, go to the meetings, change the party. I'm not technically registered as anything, but I've started attending the Democratic Party meetings once a month because that's where I can have an impact. If you're a Republican and you don't like white supremacy, then go join the local party and move it back to some place that resembles humanity. If you don't want to join a party, join Indivisible. We actually have, there are 2 indivisible groups in every single congressional district in the United States now. Or join another organization. My husband and I joined the ACLU for the first time this year. Make donations, right? Make donations. Donate to Planned Parenthood. Donate to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Or my favorite one, the Lady Parts Justice League. Learn about redistricting reform and gerrymandering. In Indiana, we are one of the most gerrymandered states in the entire United States. Yep. 1014 is dead for now, but we will be back. Volunteer if you can. I don't care where you volunteer. Volunteer at a school, volunteer at a homeless shelter, volunteer at a food pantry. I don't care where you volunteer. Don't make it to the library. But activate and get involved with the community. And if you're already doing that, thank you. Keep up the good work. Donate to a campaign. If there's a person that you like, give them some money. $5 can go a long way in a campaign. Yeah. And this, better yet, run for office.
Donate to a candidate. Don't just limit yourself to Indiana itself. Right at the moment, it's just numbers that you need to increase. Like in Tom Price's seat is available right at the moment, and Mr. Ossoff is doing really good in polls right at the moment. He needs money.
Yep.
I mean, we may not have that many people right at the moment that are vacating the seat, but he does. Price has a seat that is now open. We need to fill them. I don't care where they're right at the moment from. We just need to get numbers in the House so that we finally can take the House back to the Democratic hand, and then we can work on Indiana.
Yeah.
Get the seats that are available now.
So here's my comments about that. Many of our officials in this area run unopposed, and they have for decades. In Avon, is it Steuerwald? Steuerwald, is that how you say it? Is our guy. He hasn't had an opponent in ages, and that man needs an opponent. Brain keeps running out of time. I mean, these people need some competition. Politicians, that should never happen again, right? That should never happen. Nobody should run unopposed. And politicians need to be held accountable for their actions and their votes, and the way we do that is by taking away their base. And no matter what you do, please take care of yourselves. I'm a therapist by training. So please make sure that you're engaging in self-care. This is the part where I'm going to get a little schmaltzy. So the fight for our democracy is akin to an ultra-marathon relay. How many of you have you've ever seen an ultra marathon. Those are typically 100 miles or more. Our foreparents did their part, and now it's up to us to do ours. My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was on the boat with Benedict Arnold when Benedict Arnold decided to turn coat and join the British. And he tried to take my grandfather with him, which is when my grandfather looked at him and in the most polite way he could, told him to go F himself. My grandfather did his part. Now it's time for me to do mine. As Justice Kennedy once said, at least according to the internet. Everything's true on the internet, right? Yeah. It is to my students anyway. I love this quote. The case for freedom, the case for our constitutional principles, the case for our heritage has to be made anew in each generation. The work of freedom is never done. So thank you for being here tonight and for doing the work of freedom. Take a minute to write notes to Mr. Rokita if you've not already done so. I will personally make sure that they are delivered bright and early Monday morning as soon as the office is open. We'll go from there. If you have questions, I have a feeling that the good doctor can answer your questions about the Affordable Care Act. And if you want, we have the hall